I'll clank it.
Cheers.
You can't move. Yeah.
What's up to our sidekicks and henchmen out there in the Geek Nation? You're watching Hero Complex. We used to do a show, Terry and I, we used to do a show called The Faux Show.
We did. We were bitter enemies.
Yeah, we still are.
We added a new enemy.
I wasn't invited before.
I'm Johnny Destructo. We're here at 4456 Main Street in Manayunk at JD's Hero Complex.
Yeah.
Who's that?
My name is Terry Leahy. I own Terry Leahy Films, and together with JD, we try and put on this little show, and we invited a new guest, someone that I get into it with all the time, all over the socials. Straight from the bowl, it's...
My name is Noel.
Here's why we changed the name of the show. What we decided to do is create a show where every week we'll be talking to you about a different hero, sometimes anti-hero, maybe even sometimes villain, but we're just getting started.
Character.
Yeah.
But you can come to here to see a couple of guys who don't agree on everything.
Or three.
Or anything.
Or anything at all, come and talk about superheroes. And this week, it's going to be Wonder Woman.
Terry, who's your favorite Wonder Woman? What's your favorite version of Wonder Woman?
For me, at the core, my Wonder Woman is the Amazon. You know, more than the Greek god, more than anything else, it's the bloodthirsty warrior Wonder Woman. Because in the trinity of Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman's our killer. She is the one that you depend on to slay the dragon, to kill the thing at the end. And so for me, oddly enough, my favorite Wonder Woman is the one that appeared recently in Dark Knight 3, The Master Race. And that is a bloodthirsty, aggressive Wonder Woman. She's in a romantic relationship. She has 2 kids with Superman in that version. But the thing is, there's those panels of her soaring through a sea of blood with a sword, stabbing Kryptonians, and that's my girl. I'm actually one of the people that doesn't care for the animated series version, the one that was on Kids WB and Cartoon Network and Justice League Unlimited. She's too tame for me. That's not my Wonder Woman.
So to segue off of that, my favorite Wonder Woman was the Justice League United animated show. Yeah, the one that you just derided. Yeah.
Bruce Timm?
My least favorite one.
The Bruce Timm verse. And it was specifically the one in, not the Justice League show, but the Justice League Unlimited show. When they had like the subplot with her and Batman, and she was just like the glue of the team, and that was actually my favorite characterization of her.
That relationship, I really want to see on the big screen.
Oh, that would be great.
I'm really hoping that they do that, because that was cool. And she does kiss him at one point in the animated series.
Yeah.
And he gets like red, and that's weird.
there's a great. I remember there's a great scene where they're doing recon. I don't even remember the whole episode or the reason why, but they're doing recon on a rooftop, and he is into what he's doing, and she's just like giving him all the reasons why. There's really no reason not to date me.
Yeah.
Like
it is a Wonder Woman thing. Wonder Woman gets turned into a pig in an episode.
Yes.
And the only way to save her is for Batman to get on
sing.
stage and sing.
Yeah.
My favorite Wonder Woman
We're done, right?
comes from Darwin Cook's New Frontier, which was a graphic, it's a graphic novel now. It's a giant, I have a big omnibus of it. It's beautiful. It's amazing. It's written and drawn by Darwin Cook. They made an animated film out of it, which was pretty
decent.
dope.
I liked it, yeah.
That was one of the
was
best
solid.
DC animated films, actually, I would say.
And so my
agree
Wonder
with
Woman is a little bit, because there's always a couple of versions of Wonder Woman. There's the bringer of love to the world of man, and sort of comes to the world of man to help them figure out how to not be douchebags. And then there's the one where she's just slicing and dicing and murdering everybody because she's a fucking warrior, right? So I like a meld of those two, and I think that's personified brilliantly in New Frontier. I think even Superman has to look up to talk to her.
Yeah, she's tall.
Even taller
Yeah.
than Supes is.
That's everybody's favorite Wonder Woman. What I would like to talk about are Wonder Woman stories. Does
Okay.
anybody have specific stories that they think
I'll go
of?
first. Hey, I've never been able to actually get into one specific storyline for hers that I would drop off, but she very often becomes my favorite character in a team book or a separate book. She's like the X Factor that's thrown into a Justice League story, or like the best example is in Infinite Crisis, if you guys remember that, because that was like 48 years ago. She's the catalyst that, spoilers, kills Maxwell Lord.
I'm with you.
God damn it.
That's my favorite.
But she does
moment.
she does do it out of like love for
What?
Superman. Yeah, she does it out of love for Superman because he's controlling Superman.
controlling Superman.
And Superman's about to kill everybody, like
Is that
because
She
he's
does it
being
to
controlled.
save him, yeah.
She kills a man to save him. She's the one that's willing to make the sacrifice to her image. But the whole series, her series that I think Rucka was writing at the time, around that, I couldn't stick with it.
Yeah.
It was boring.
Sometimes
You're right.
she is boring. I'm
Yeah.
with you because, like, I actually can't call to a specific Wonder Woman story where she's the lead that I really, really enjoyed. I was enjoying the run, the most recent run where, like, she didn't know who she was or something like that.
Rebirth.
Oh, yeah.
No,
So
before that, actually, I read her New 52.
the New
And
52 was
I-
the Azarello,
Yeah,
right?
Brian Azzarello and Cliff Chang, which was, thank you for that lead-in. That's my favorite Wonder Woman story.
Is that the one that starts, like, she goes to see Hephaestus and he's, like, her brother?
Yes.
Okay, good.
That's like-
Oh, yeah,
it's
I'm
the
thinking of
deep-
the same one.
Greek mythology one.
So there's a couple alternate Wonder Women, though, as there is with all characters in DC, because there's a million different universes.
Superwoman.
The one we'd like to talk about is evil Wonder Woman from Earth 3 named
Superwoman.
There you go. And this
I'm
is
terrible at
one
cues.
bad bitch. She was
I could see-
promiscuous. Whoa!
Ah!
Go us. In that universe, they came over and they were attacking our Justice League, right?
Yes.
And their Justice League is just like our Justice League, except everyone's evil. So they have, instead of Superman, they have Ultraman.
Yep.
Instead of Batman, they have Owlman, who deserves his own comic.
Yeah.
Thomas Wayne is the best.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very
So
low
yeah,
spec
Superwoman in that one, the reason I want to talk about it is because she is housing the great evil
She's
Yeah.
just
that is
dating.
going to come. Yeah. And the thing is,
Some people call it pregnancy.
the thing is, whose baby is it? Now, on paper, it should be Ultraman's baby,
Right.
right? But
Why?
she's
She was-
evil.
She was stooping Owlman.
So
Right.
we find out she's sleeping with Owlman, and they think it. The whole time, you think it's Owlman's baby, and then Ultraman's going to find out. Oh my God, this is half human. This is ridiculous, and I'm going to kill you. It's not. They actually have another member of their team called Masash, which is basically reverse Shazam.
Oh, right. Yes, yes, yes.
So they have a prisoner with a band over their mouth, and you find out that that's Lex Luthor of their world, Alexander Luthor. But there's a reason he's bound. It's because he's Shazam.
That's awesome.
And at the end of it,
I forgot about
they
that.
I
finally
totally
take it
forgot
off.
about that.
Yeah.
Somebody takes it off, and he yells it, and then you find out this is the father of my child.
Okay.
So Superwoman's banging all of them,
Yeah.
except for
As
the lame
is her
ones.
right as a strong,
It's-
independent woman.
Except for.
From an evil universe.
From an evil universe with a goatee. Sure.
So, what do we think about the movie now that we've.
I'm gonna start this off. I'm gonna have to look at it two ways, right? So in one realm, I thought that the comic book movie version of Wonder Woman was good.
So, this is your Earth Prime.
It was a solid, yes. It was a solid superhero film. It had some of the problems that a lot of superhero films have, as far as like villains are concerned.
Third
yada,
act
yada.
issues.
Yeah, third act issues, blah, blah, blah. But if I go one step higher and I look at it as she's a badass feminist, and this is a badass feminist movie where finally young girls will have a superhero movie to like look up to and feel hopeful about and feel inspired by, that is where I'm judging this movie.
First time I saw it, I did get emotional, and I didn't expect to get emotional, especially during the No Man's Land
The No
scene.
Man's Land.
Even in the script, it was so fucking on the nose that I felt bad about feeling emotional about it, but
Yeah.
it was so effective. It was great.
Yeah.
The second time I saw it, you saw the flaws a little bit more
Yeah.
because you didn't have that like an initial shock
Swell
and like
of
swell of
emotion.
emotion. But it was still an incredibly charming movie, so it's fine.
I'll come at it from the other end. I don't look at the social issues in movies. For me, it's all the hero's journey. You know, that's all
Completely
that I'm
fair.
in there for. So, from that standpoint, I didn't have any of the new kind of female thing. Like, I was totally removed from that. But what I did have, and how I judge most movies, is do you tingle a little bit? Do you get goosebumps in certain spots? No Man's Land, I got goosebumps.
Yeah.
It was because they did the work to make her a hero. And I'm always like, does any part of this movie feel like Indiana Jones running out of the temple? And if it does, that's a successful action adventure. That's a
Fair.
successful adventure. And I felt it.
Nice.
About three times when she goes to the church thing where they
Yeah.
put her on their back and lift
Oh, the
her up.
shield?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a great scene.
was
It was an
great.
excellent scene.
So, best moment in the Wonder Woman movie. Go.
All right, I'm not going to go with a moment, but an aspect that I like the most of it is the fact that the Amazons had their own physicality. They had their action sequences felt different than anything that I had seen before that.
Graceful?
Graceful and almost like a beautiful ballet that was happening, but fucking
Really?
vicious.
Yeah.
But vicious.
Oh, yeah, like jumping off the thing and like spinning
felt more
around.
like Braveheart stuff to me. Oh, except for stuff like that. I forgot about that.
Yeah, like the aerial stuff falling off, like tumbling off the horse. Like
There's a lot of flips happening while shooting arrows, while stabbing somebody behind you.
I'll tell you what, that little girl could have been incredibly annoying.
Yeah.
And she was just
adorable.
a little
She was
annoying.
good. Yeah.
She was
just
a little.
Right. I'm going to go with Terry on this one.
The punching.
A little annoying.
No
the
sharp
punching
edges?
stuff.
Yeah.
All of her jokes hit.
Yeah.
No
I'll give her
sharp
that.
edges? Come on, it's all I can hear, like the little accent, like no sharp edges.
She was adorable. We also don't know when that Wonder Woman scene took place when she was a kid.
Right.
We don't know if that was 500 years ago. We have no idea
we
when
don't
that
know
was.
how she ages.
So I did wonder about how she ages. So should you get to like, I always, when they do things like that and they don't really explain it in movies, I always think Invincible, the comic book Invincible by Robert Kirkman, which
So
is better than
good.
Walking
Just
Dead. You
started
should read
it.
that.
It's so
So
good.
amazing. But Mark Grayson, the main character who has superhuman lineage in him, like gets to like puberty, and that's at a normal rate, and then things start to slow down to the point where you are alive for 500-600 years. I just always assume that's the way because there's no other way to explain it. Like, was that 700 years that she
she's
got to
immortal.
like 13 years
Yes,
old?
yeah. And also, were all of them immortal? Are all the Themyscirians immortal?
No, she's a god.
Oh, she's not an Amazon.
She's a god.
She's not an Amazon.
Which is
so-
Yeah,
which,
but they must all be.
her being no.
Then they grow at normal human rates because
Yeah.
Robin Wright was there. Robin Wright, she has a name.
Antiope.
Yeah, sure.
Nice.
Well done.
I like that the tiara was hers.
Yes, that was
That
nice.
was really cool. Now,
All right, so I did my favorite John. What's your favorite John? What's your
So-
favorite
oh,
John?
wait, no, my favorite scene is actually the one in the boat because it's adorable.
the sex talk.
Yeah, the sex talk.
Oh, that was cute. Yeah, that
So,
was
well,
cute.
good. Well, because
Yeah.
it also characterizes the two main characters very, very clearly, and is of the time. It was a really well done scene, and I think it was improvised.
I got
really?
to give him that one line though. The line about
wonderful.
pleasure. We determined hundreds of years ago that
Yeah.
men aren't required for pleasure.
Yeah.
It was well, you know.
See, I gotta go a different way with this question because it's not my favorite. It's the thing that was pissing me off the entire time.
Oh.
I was upset the entire time at how good Chris Pine was.
I wasn't upset about that. He was
no.
great.
You know why? As soon as I saw him get in that plane, I was like, that is Hal Jordan. That is our Hal Jordan. He's miscast. To the point where at the end, spoilers, he has the gun, he looks behind, and then there's a cutaway. I am praying
No.
that during that cutaway, a ring went into that. And it went, Steve Trevor of Earth, it turns out your name is really Hal. Here we go. You're going to be Green
Yeah.
Lantern.
The ring is like, by the way, for
How could you kill the
for
most
contractual
charming
purposes,
man
we're
in-
just gonna go ahead and call you out.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping and praying that he comes back as Green Lantern. It was him. It was him. Like every
He
single character.
Maybe just didn't want to sign on for a full franchise. He was just
Yeah.
like, awesome, I'm gonna nail this, and I'm out. And also too, I've read this and I completely agree with it. If it was anybody other than Gal Gadot, he would have just stole the movie. But
Yep.
they worked amazingly well together. But
See, I'm not that big a fan of Chris Pine.
I'm glad that
In
he.
that movie, I was.
I'm glad that
he.
he died, and I want them to keep him dead because it made perfect sense and it was wonderful and it's a great little.
I'm actually excited. I want to go see it again.
It was good. It was good the second time. Like you saw the flaws, especially in the third act. It feels like a completely different movie.
We need to talk about
We need
the
to
flaws.
talk about Ares with a mustache. We need to talk about middle management Ares.
No, it's Handlebar Aries.
God damn.
Okay, who saw that coming, by the way?
I did.
I didn't.
I
did
did
not.
too. It was spoiled online by someone
Oh.
saying, I bet this is Ares.
I knew he was going to be.
Damn you, whoever you were. Because I wouldn't have.
It's all of the internet.
She was just so steadfast towards Dusseldorf or whatever the hell his name was that it's like meant to.
I
it's
did
not
have a
him.
favorite scene, by the way,
not him.
when she kills that guy.
Yeah.
Because she killed him, and I was like, there
Good.
she is.
Yeah.
She's
I know, but
yeah.
I thought for sure they would never show us that
Yeah.
side of her. But she killed a human, not an innocent human, but a human.
Yeah, I was surprised by that. I did not see that coming. I knew he was going to be a bad guy because he was too adorable
nice,
and like,
yeah.
I'm going to help you guys. Use my office. So I thought he was definitely going to be evil in some regard. I did not expect him to be Ares. I double did not expect them to keep his shitty mustache, his molestache, with his helmet on. Super creepy.
Even the flashback of him like young and buff, he looks up and it's just
That's
like
the worst part of the
superimposed
movie.
mustache.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we just took his head and pasted it on his body.
I was
and it doesn't look
a
right
fan
at all.
of the crazy mustache. I
Yeah,
think that was
really?
amazing, yeah.
The biggest flaw in the movie is those two not the bad guys. They're garbage. Totally forgettable.
Dr. Poison and what's his nuts?
No
Yeah.
need. Didn't need him at all. The
Nazi-
acting was horrible. I hate.
Nazi McGillicuddy.
It's
That's
not
his
that
name.
I don't want to say I hate the actor, but I've never seen that actor be in something good. He's the same guy who was in Wolverine Origins.
Yeah.
Something
And played
isn't
the
it-
same, like, mustache twirling, way over the top.
Yeah.
And they have that weird scene where he has, like, that joke and they run away. What is
Oh,
it? Where,
he
like,
throws
he
the
throws
gas
a gas
mask?
mask in there?
Yeah.
It was
What's
pretty
that doing
shitty.
in there? But it's just like, he was evil for evil's sake. Like, he
Yeah.
had no... And
Depth.
it's a shame because now we really don't have a great villain in the DC universe yet.
I thought Zod was solid.
Zod was
but,
solid, you're right.
Now he became Doomsday, so he's gone.
The movie does end in a CGI battle, which I'm fine with. I have no problem with that. But a lot of people hate that shit.
No, I'm normally okay with it. It just was very jarring difference between the rest of the 90% of the movie.
Yeah.
It was very grounded, and then all of a sudden it was very CG. And I'm totally okay with CG. It's just, it was aesthetically, it just felt tacked on.
You know what keeps flashing through my head, which is a CG shot? The sniper. And she leaps up and just smashes the entire top floor of that building, and the whole thing just explodes out.
It was kind of awesome.
Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, I love that.
That whole sequence. So it starts in No Man's Land, and they take over the occupied village. That whole 15 minutes of movie was just honestly worth the price of admission. Just go.
It's true, but man, I struggled in Themyscira a little
Oh, I
bit.
loved it.
I thought it was charming.
I mean, once she grew
It's a
up,
little slow. Yes.
once she grew up, I didn't need like little baby Diana, but I did love when she was growing up and having to battle everybody, and then she fucking clangs and
You know what? It's the exact same thing as Batman v Superman. As soon as Gal
Gadot.
Gadot shows up,
It's a
you're
better movie.
really happy.
Yeah. Let's give
Now,
her
who
props,
wouldn't
by
be?
the
Like,
way.
good
so
God.
many idiots on the internet were like, nah, she doesn't have the right physicality and she's too skinny and blah, blah, blah. Considering that she's a person made of magic and her muscles are magic, she doesn't need to have biceps. She's fine. But she was so charming and she embodied that role in such a way that it was just really endearing.
There was never one note. There was naivete, but then also incredible strength. There was questioning, but also like wisdom and knowledge. Like she was so many things at once, and it was like when they first get to London and she keeps asking questions, and like that's she pretty much with her eyes says that's bullshit, and then in a dime like a baby because she's never seen a baby before. So like it was a lot of like plates in the air that she had to juggle, and she was perfect.
Yeah.
She was
No
absolutely
guy
perfect.
was in that theater. No anybody was in that theater. Not just like that's the girl of my dreams.
I'm in love with her. I assume everybody's in love with her. Anybody that's got eyeballs and ears.
The other problem I had with the film was, so she doesn't want to, the mom doesn't want to tell Diana that she's a god because if she knows, that'll make her easier to find.
Yeah.
How?
Power?
How?
Power?
Oh, if
Good
we
point.
tell her that
It's a
she
good
has
point.
that she's of who she really is, then he'll be able to find her.
Who's he? Who's looking for her?
Ares. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Ares will be able to find her easier. Why?
Is Zeus alive
No.
in that one?
Well, they dance around it, but they say that he used the last of his power to create her
Okay.
to be the god killer.
I gotta watch this again.
It happens in dialogue and voiceover, which is not the best storytelling device, but it's functional in a superhero movie.
Thank you so much for joining us on this inaugural episode of Hero Complex at the Hero Complex in Manayunk. I've been Johnny Destructo.
I've been Terry of Terry Leahy Films.
I've been Noel this whole time.
Thank you so much for watching. Please comment. Let us know what you like about the show. I know you guys aren't going to like me, so let me know in the comments how anti-me you are. But most importantly, remember that this is comics, and the great thing about comics is that we can come together and disagree and agree and have a lot of fun talking about it. So remember, you have a safe haven here in Manayunk. If you want to talk about comics or any of that stuff, find us. We'd love to talk to you.
Did you guys change clothes?
No. Nope.
Good night, everybody.
We'll talk at you later.